Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Pluto in the 8th house in a natal chart. Now, first off, though, what I want to state is some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the Pluto placements in the houses. They were a little bit concise, and some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up, well, Pluto in the 8th house can be comparable to Pluto in Scorpio, but naturally you've got to blend in the zodiac sign with it. Pluto in Scorpio in the 8th house can be different than Pluto in Taurus in the 8th house, as an example. Now, Pluto, astrology is connected with our passion and desire. So if you have Pluto posited in the 8th house in your chart, well, you may have a very strong and intense passion and desire for your intimate connections, matters with support, whether it's moral, emotional, or monetary support, ability to transform, make a major change, deal with a crisis situation. It could be doing something with the occult, which includes astrology, criminal profiling, psychology, going beyond the surface, subterfuge, superficiality, those things, going beyond facades, looking deep into things, and even, deep research, investigation. There may be a strong passion, desire for forensics and just crime solving, solving mysteries. And Pluto in astrology is also associated with our intimate connections. So if you have Pluto in the 8th house, intimate connections may be ones in which you give, and receive a lot of support from, again, whether it would be moral, emotional, or monetary support. They may be a little bit morbid. On the morbid side, sometimes these people could be very deep, secretive. But also, in some instances, there may be some power struggles with these people as well, power and control issues. Intimate connections may be strongly involved in wills, inheritances, may figure prominently in the legacy that you leave. Also, it could be people that are in, like an 8th house type of field or profession, whether it's working in taxes or insurance, embalming, forensics, investigation, or again the occult, which includes astrology. And in some cases, these people may even be very obsessive and fixated as well. Now, another thing about Pluto is that it's connected with power and control. And there could be where you may desire more power and control in shared resources scenarios than most people matters. They're connected with support, again, whether it would be moral, emotional, or monetary support. It could be, power, just in creating your own legacy, not being dependent on others to help do so, basically. And really, in really taking care, you may be someone that has a lot of, a lot of that wants that power and control in terms of the crime in your neighborhood, being able to at least contain it. You may be someone that acts as like a leader of like a neighborhood watch for crime in your community. And also more power and control may be desired in matters connected with wills, with inheritances, loans as well. Things that are, just shared resources and, situations in general. And another thing about Pluto, it's connected with major change and transformation. So if you have Pluto in the 8th house, you may desire, more, you may very strong desire to transform, your intimate connections. You may desire to empower these people. And it could be where, any major change or transformation may be done, with a lot of passion and desire and emotional intensity. And the thing about, and transformation may even occur, for you, Even, after, say, a surgery, if it was something that, where you had a very, strong, surgical procedure done on you, where it was something very critical, it may change, could even change a person's outlook in terms of just being alive, and therefore making that major change or transformation as a, result of it. Eighth house is the house of trauma and surgery. And the thing is, and it could be where just something traumatic in general may play some role in you making a major change or transformation. And also, too, Pluto in astrology is associated with rebirth and regeneration. It's about revival, resurrecting things. And I'm not talking about the literal resurrection of a person, but a resurrection, just reviving something such as a business. Now, with this being in the eighth house, there may be some inclination toward, reviving something, connected with the shared resources situation, such as a business partnership, an intimate connection, something you had maybe a strong passion and desire for. It could be doing something, eighth house related, whether it's some work with insurance, or taxes, or working as a loan officer, working in embalming, investigation, forensics, or the occult, which includes astrology. It may be, where a rebirth and regeneration may be done with a lot of passion and desire and emotional intensity, and also the rebirth of some kind of support, whether it would be given or received, or a combination of both. Now, another thing about Pluto, it's also associated with death and endings, and whether, a lot of cases it's just, figurative, deaths, endings, obliteration of something, whether it's a business. Now, at some point in time, you may experience, some ending. There may be more endings connected with intimate relationships, matters pertaining to support, again, whether it's moral, emotional, or monetary support. It could be, connections with intimate relationships, things you've had a passion for. You might be some, ending, of some kind of obsession that you may have had, which could actually be positive if there is an ending connected with that. It might be something you simply had a strong passion and desire for, or, a sexual connection, that you had. It might be, you may experience more deaths and endings, of just things that were generally mysterious, or, things that you felt needed to be kept, secret, for whatever reasons. And, just things that are, eighth house, related, in general. It could be, some kind of, eighth house field, or, like I was stating before, something with insurance or taxes, as an example. Now, Pluto is also associated with support, again, whether it could be moral, emotional, or monetary support. So if you have Pluto in the eighth house, there may be, you may be able to get that support when needed, whether it's matters connected with insurance, with taxes, if you're dealing with a death in your life. It could be a literal death, it could be an ending of something, or crisis situation, matters with intimate connections. You may be you may strongly emphasize giving and receiving support with that person. Um, it could be matters with surgical procedures, some kind of trauma you're dealing with. Um, it could be, also, when you look at the eighth house is also connected with debilitated siblings. So you may be someone that is able, readily giving support to those people, whether it's moral, emotional, or monetary support. Debilitated siblings, because it's six houses from the third house in astrology. The third house is connected with siblings. Now, Pluto is also associated with surgery and trauma. And keep in mind the eighth house does correspond with the zodiac sign Scorpio, so there may be a greater propensity of having some kind of surgery or trauma, associated with the colon, the prostate, the bladder, the urinary tract, or reproductive system. And it may be where you know, um, you may be more inclined to get support, in those matters, more so than most people. Now, the thing about this placement too is keep in mind that, Pluto in the eighth house can also indicate, people that you're in intimate connections with that may be very, passionate. They may be resourceful, resilient, but at the same time, they also be vengeful, jealous, and vindictive as well. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.